Taviano returned to their would-be victim, studying him as he approached. Paul was a handsome young man, probably in his early 20s. His blond hair was overly long and needed a cut. The red sweater, frayed at one sleeve, stretched over a well-shaped chest and broad shoulders. His shoes were quite scuffed, and the fabric of his red pants showed wear. A smell of grease, hamburgers, and scorched coffee rose from his clothes, overlaying a delicate personal smell. Taviano inhaled deeply. His senses filtered out the mundane traces of life, so he could savor the essence of the man beneath. Rosemary and lemons, and the wind through a grove of olive trees. He knew he should fix Paul's memories and just go, but he found he was intensely curious about the bags of presents and why Paul walked dark streets alone, why he had no coat, and why he smelled so nice. Since a good hour would vanish anyway, what could it hurt to spend a few minutes talking? It had been a long time since he'd had an actual conversation. He wondered if he still knew how. Paul kept his blue eyes fixed on Taviano's as he mastered his fear. His heartbeat remained fast, but his sweat carried a tinge of relief and, oddly, excitement. "Thank you," he said fervently as Taviano approached. "I don't know what happened except that you saved my life." He laughed and shook his head. "Wow, that sounded self-important. Okay, you saved the presents, and you stopped my ass from getting kicked." He stuck out the hand not clapped over his shoulder as he said, "I'm Paul. Merry Christmas." Taviano felt a grin stretch his lips. When had someone last offered him a hand in greeting? Amused, he shook with Paul, whose grip was warm and smooth. Life pulsed strong and steady in the palm against his, and in the fingers wrapped around his cold extremities. "Yes, I heard you give your name. My name is Taviano." After a moment he added awkwardly, "Merry Christmas to you as well." "Italian, huh?" Paul said as the shake ended. "I figured. You have the look, and I hear a little accent. Probably Southern, right, with that black hair and your dark eyes?" Taviano nodded, then belatedly said, "I'm from Naples, originally." "Oh, that's cool. My family mostly came from the north of Italy way back. But your name, it's lit up. We have 3 Octavios around the neighborhood that I know of, but I don't remember a Taviano before." "It was unusual even where I come from. My mother picked it from a list of names written in the front of our family Bible." "Awesome sauce." Paul blinked a few times and cleared his throat. "So, Taviano, can you tell me what happened here, or would you have to kill me? I really don't want that, so if it's better that you don't tell me, that's great too. Just say so. Dying on Christmas, that would totally suck." He chuckled self-consciously. "Sorry I'm running off at the mouth here. I'm kind of scared, and that makes me talk a lot." Taviano had little interaction with anyone other than his victims. It took him a few moments to decipher what Paul had said and what he might need. With what he hoped was a reassuring smile, lips together to cover his fangs, he said, "Don't worry, please. I won't hurt you, but it's probably best if we forget about how we met." Paul rocked on his heels and exhaled heavily. "That's cool with me. Great. No killing then." Taviano was relieved he'd made Paul feel better, like he'd passed a test. The rich scent of fresh blood drifted to his nostrils. "Your shoulder is bleeding. It isn't deep, but you should see to that." Paul frowned as if he'd forgotten, but when he peeled away the covering hand, he shuddered. The knife had sliced through his sweat, the cotton t-shirt underneath, and, Taviano judged, an 1/8 inch of skin. A fair amount of blood coated Paul's palm and shoulder and seeped into the fabrics, but the wound was easily treated. He wouldn't even need stitches. "Aw, shit," Paul muttered. "This is my favorite sweater." He looked blankly at his bloody palm. "That's so gross, man." His demon sharpened its focus on the blood. Taviano prepared for a battle, but to his surprise it made no effort to get at Paul. Instead, it quieted down and drifted in his belly. He frowned. Did he put Paul at risk just by standing near?